watching the best Fox 10 News.
His passion is trains, and now an Arizona photographer is sharing his obsession with others. In fact, trains were the reason that he started taking photos in the first place.
He documents his adventures on Instagram and YouTube, and some of his work is being showcased in an online display. Fox 10 photojournalist Corey Goodwin gives us a look tonight.
I'm gonna get this one. I've had a lifelong fascination with watching trains. It goes back to my younger days when my dad would take my brother and I out to industrial parts of northeastern Ohio where I grew up. We would go and watch trains and take pictures, and that's kind of how I got into photography, was by watching trains. Through the pandemic this past year, while I was locked up at home, I did a lot of reflecting on myself and my roots, where I came from. I started thinking a lot about my dad and how he got me into trains, and that led to my career in photography. Decided I would do a project that's dedicated to just that, how my life really evolved out of something that I was embarrassed to share and talk about as a kid, which was watching trains and photographing trains. For this project, I was interested in going back to my roots, and I thought about the parallels that photography and railroads share historically, and I thought, well, why not shoot it with this big hulking 4x5 camera that's really old, shoots film. The process of capturing the trains, the way I'm doing it on this big camera, is very similar to the way photographers would have photographed it back in the origins, the early days of photography. It was just a way of me finding these parallels between photography, trains, and how those all impacted my life, and telling a story about that. It's also a way of dealing with difficult times during the pandemic when you're locked up at home, can't really do much, can't go out. Well, this was something that I could pursue without endangering anybody or putting myself at risk. Through art, we can heal.
Boy, is that beautiful. Mark's exhibit, Timeless Machines, currently viewable at filterphoto.org. Thursday, he will discuss his work in an online reception, and we've got a link to that on our website, fox10phoenix.com. Click on Seen on TV.
Coming up at 5:30.